What is going on with LAN, guys? Your questions will be answered here today. We're going to be talking about LAN, and if you don't know what that is the LEGO Ambassador Network. And for a more detailed description, LAN, it's a community network to provide valuable dialogue and activities relevant to LEGO for the benefit of LEGO and user groups like AFLs, adult fans of LEGO. Basically, through the ambassador program, you help grow LEGO and the LEGO community, so it's kind of a win-win situation, ideally. And yes, I'm looking it up. Like, the only thing I knew about it is you get free LEGO. Like, I don't know this stuff very well until now. Anyway, this isn't a video to talk about recent events, because I'm sure most of you are here because of the whole MandR Productions thing. I linked his live stream that he did in the description, because I'm not going to recap what he did, because it's not my place to talk about his stuff, and he did a really good job, so go watch his live stream. But if you want me to just sum up, he got removed. He didn't leave, he got removed, and he said it was just a variety of reasons. The way that he said that summed it up best in the fewest amount of words is basically he said he didn't represent what LEGO wants to represent, so they kicked him. I mean, the point of the Ambassador Network is like an extension of LEGO in the LEGO community to kind of spread LEGO, and if you don't represent what they like, then you're not going to last very long. But today we're just going to talk about kind of what the LEGO Ambassador Network is and some pros and cons of potentially trying to join it. A lot of that is based off of that live stream, so huge credit goes to MandR for making that. But we're just going to be talking about just what's going on, because there's some whack stuff, guys. Let's get into it. So pros, let's start off with some positive stuff, right? So obviously you get free LEGO. And one big thing that stuck out to me is you don't need to have an internet presence to be part of the LEGO Ambassador Network. A lot of people who receive sets don't do YouTube or much social media at all. They could be bloggers. They could just be LEGO fans. But then again, a lot of them are YouTube people or Instagram or Twitter people. There's kind of two sides. There's the more like internet-based ambassadors and then just kind of normal LEGO fan ambassadors. So that's kind of the two sides right there. Also, you get a closer connection to LEGO, and you get news sooner, you get lots of great info, and you just have that connection to LEGO, which later on you'll see isn't always a great thing, but for the pros, it's pretty awesome to be that closely associated with LEGO. It's a great opportunity to grow yourself on the internet and just in general being part of that program. I think it's really cool. Not that I would ever want to join, and I'll get onto that later, but it's a really cool experience, I think, and a lot of people will probably trust you more because you're in LAN, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but again, I get it. If LEGO kind of trust you enough for that, then other people might too. I don't think that's a really big deal. But let's talk about the cons now, because that's kind of the reason for this video. In his video, MandR talked a lot about, which makes a lot of sense to me, is LAN kind of acts as the big brother. He talked about doing things that maybe LEGO wouldn't like, so he would get an email or a phone call, and they'd explain to him why they didn't want him to do that. And the most ridiculous one, in my opinion, was telling him not to say LEGO is stupid on his Twitter account. But then again, so when you get the free LEGO, a lot of people do reviews on it, and that kind of ties into this. He didn't get kicked for giving negative reviews because obviously you want to be honest on a review. It doesn't matter if you got it for free or you drove 1,000 miles to go get it or you just found it at your local Target. You should review everything the same because that's unbiased and that's what people want to hear, right? So negative reviews won't hurt your chances of being in LAN or getting removed. But the big controversy or deal, I guess, is a lot of people think he got removed because of his leak video, which isn't necessarily the whole reason. It's probably part of it, but it's not the biggest deal, because then if that was the sole reason, other LAN members would definitely get kicked, because a lot of people made leak videos and only his got removed and he was the only one that got kicked. So it's not quite connected, but it's definitely a thing. There's a whole nother topic that I'm not going to get into today, because I hear other creators are going to make much better videos and more detailed videos than I will make. But just to touch base, there's a lot of talk of LEGO making a lot of new rules about what you can say about leaks, rumors, or just LEGO in general. They're going to censor a lot more stuff. So just be careful in the future about posting rumor videos or leak videos, because it seems like they're kind of cracking down on that stuff, which I think it's kind of ridiculous. But if I whisper, maybe they won't hear me. No, but it's interesting. I'm curious to see. They're going to release an official report, I think, within the next few weeks. So, I don't know, follow their website, their social media, see what you can get your hands on, find out what you can. And then another negative is one thing Ryan was talking about that I thought was interesting, because I am not kind of a follow the leader, do whatever the leader says to do. I do what I want to do, and I have my own opinion. And if your opinion doesn't really match up with LEGO, you're not going to be a good fit for the Ambassador Network, because they don't want to be putting you out as like a representative for them if you don't have the same ideas as them, if that makes any sense. So if you don't agree with LEGO on a lot of things, your chances of staying in the Ambassador Network for very long aren't very high. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And the biggest things for me are you prepared for your content to be monitored and possibly taken down because of your position in LAN? And are you okay with either, this isn't a good idea in my opinion, putting aside your own opinion just to get free LEGO, which I just don't think is a good way. But if you agree with them, then totally apply for LAN. The joke now is there's one more spot open, so now's your chance. Go fill that spot. But I have no idea how many spots are open or how many they want full or if they're full right now, but you can find that all on LEGO, I'm sure, somewhere, because that's not what we're talking about. Bottom line, LEGO is changing, and I don't know if that's a good thing. There's a lot more censoring of information, and I always thought leaks were good because it gets people hyped. I'd much rather hear about LEGO leaks from my favorite LEGO YouTubers than an email from LEGO, because that's just more personal and more exciting for me, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. But now you're going to most likely get the most info from LEGO, since people will be worried about posting that info because they could get copyright strike from LEGO. So now you've heard the pros and the cons of the LEGO Ambassador Network, and obviously it's hard to join, so I'm not saying if you like what you hear, go join and get free LEGO. No, that's not how it works. But if you were thinking about it, hopefully this video helped. I just wanted to get some info out there, because after yesterday's stream, I'm sure there's a lot of questions people still have, and personally, I knew almost nothing about this topic until yesterday, so I've researched a lot, and now I know a little bit more. But if the LEGO Ambassador Network doesn't work, reach out to Lepin or Mega Bloks and see if they'll sponsor you. No, I couldn't even get through it. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it. Just a wee bit of LEGO news again. Let me know if there's anything I missed in the comments, because again, this is still pretty new to me. I just thought this info would be good to put out there. And again, check out the live stream. I put in the link for MandR, because great video, great content, great guy. Make sure to check it out. And we'll see you guys on the flippity flop.